What's going on, guys? We're back here in the shop and it is cold. After a snowy day yesterday, we had about 6 or 7 inches of snow, which was crazy because we normally don't get any snow here in Houston or Dayton or anywhere the surrounding areas. We really don't get any snow. So obviously yesterday was pretty badass. Everything was covered in snow, all the roads, the houses, the lawns. I mean, you name it. It was pretty badass. So obviously we had to go out and play in the snow because since we don't get much snow, so obviously we had to go do it. But in the meantime, right now I'm actually back in the shop, but I am back working on Big Za. Beto, the On the Gas gang, they bought a new truck. It's a 67 C10. It's got a big block Chevrolet. It's a 540 cubic inch. It's got a F3 112 Procharger, Mark Mickey trans. I mean, this thing is super badass. But last time that we did try to take it out to the racetrack, the trans brake stopped working. So obviously that's what I'm doing right now. I went ahead and got another trans brake. So I pulled the pan off and I took the trans brake, but the trans brake was not the same. But obviously I did found an issue with the current one, that the power was actually arcing on the body itself of the solenoid, and it was causing it not to work. And then basically I have to go through the truck, check all nuts and bolts, change a couple little things on it here and there, just to get it ready for whenever the weather conditions are good, so we can go back to the track and actually run this thing. Now, Beto did say that he wants me to drive it, which I'm very honored on driving this thing. Before we do anything else, we want to take it out with the current combination, which is a blow-through carb. We're going to run it with the current conditions, and then we're going to go ahead and get all the fuel injection and then swap it over. That way we have all the EFI electronics to be able to take advantage of just a lot more parameters. So for the most part, let's dive into this thing and see if we can get it working. Alright, so this is what I was talking about right here. This is the trans brake solenoid coming off this transmission right here. So it's got this aluminum part in the back of the solenoid, and obviously these wires wrapped around on the inside, and apparently the power wire was arcing inside of this cover right here. So now it's got two slots on it. So what I did, I went ahead and rearranged them and got them out so that way they won't arc in there, and we'll still be able to connect it no problem and actually not interfere with any of the grounds, so it doesn't have the same issue again. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back up on the transmission, cover it back up, and then fill it back with oil. Alright, so we got this stuff put on there, wired up. Got the wires moved around, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the power on right now and actually test it, so we can make sure that everything is working properly. So let's go ahead and connect this thing over. Okay, so we had an issue. So we got this connected, put on, but it wasn't working. So I went ahead and backtracked a little bit and found the culprit why it wasn't working. So obviously whenever it did short out, I guess the ground wire also shorted out, and as you can see, we've got a piece that's pretty melted and stuff like that. So that's just the ground wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ground it on the case. Okay, well done here. Now I just gotta get oil. Put oil on it, but trans brake. It's working. All right, let me go ahead and try to get this thing started up. I got fluid in the transmission. I gotta take one of the lines off the carburetor and I gotta fill it up with fuel because it's been sitting so the bowls on the carburetor are dry. Spin it over and try to see if we can get this thing fired up. That's what happens when you let it sit for too long. The looks like the needles or something on the carburetor are stuck, so I'm gonna try to tap them, see if they can kind of seat down. I guess the needles are stuck or whatever, so I gotta get the carburetor off, clean it up, and then put it all back together, and then actually fire it up. Looks like the carburetor on this thing, it's got some corrosion and stuff like that from fuel been sitting on it. So I got no choice but to take it apart and actually do some cleaning on it. I'm gonna show you guys. So you can see it's got quite a bit of gunk on it, so all that is not good, all that white stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish taking it off, take the back bowls off, and actually get a couple of parts and some cleaning solvents and get this thing cleaned up, put it all back together again, and actually that way it actually runs good, because it does run, but it's really not running very, very well. So I got to do a little bit of cleanup on the carburetor and go from there. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and go to shop. No, I seen them. I got a bunch of gas jugs. I got like some really old gas jugs. I got really old gas jugs. They're all broke. They leak all over the place. I got a lot. So, Lindy, I got some stuff here for you.
50 cc.
See, I knew. I didn't know what the hell. Look at that. Look how dirty that is. So that's a what?
50 cc accelerated.
How do you know?
Just from the height, the 30 cc is like half that height.
So why is this one shorter? Just
It's
because
shorter because
it's used?
it's kind of crushed everywhere though.
See, now
I'll
that's
show
why.
you a shot.
See, now that's why I come to them, because
Flex speed.
when it comes to carburetors, I don't know what the hell I'm talking
Hello.
about. Yeah, well, I knew it was accelerator pump. I just didn't know what size was it. He knew exactly, real quick. He said, that's 50 cc. So, methanol stuff. So, is this going to be the same?
No, that's a 30.
Oh, there's a 30.
Yeah.
That's not it.
I meant to grab the 50s too.
So, we got the right ones now. These are 50 cc's. color, but they're for ethanol and methanol. These are pretty crappy. These are really used up. And now we need some power steering for these. For the right opinion.
16.
16 and 18.
That should be an 18.
So now I need
This has the
yeah, the
ring
old-
already on it.
So now I need shopping for fittings and other stuff.
What kind of pump is it?
It's this pump. So
Number 10 taper seed or O-ring,
just a
washer.
10 a.m. See? Oh, well, I guess I need a push lock number 10. The push lock number 10.
Okay, so that's already on the pump. Just need
Yeah.
to put it on. Number 10.
Yeah, number 10 push lock, 2 feet. And it'll be fine. More parts. I am out.
Oh man, don't leave. Enjoy.
I gotta go get back to work.
Hey, I'm still waiting on my steak. When you
Yeah.
gonna cook a steak?
I did like 2 days ago. Oh, when it was snowing. I cooked some
I
steaks.
could make it then.
Slide and set it down there so it don't show.
Oh yeah, he wants to show you something else.
Oh, the tank.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back and try to see if I can get that damn carburetor and put it back together. We'll see. Yeah, I'll probably bring it to you if I got problems. Okay. All right. See y'all. All right. So we got a bunch of stuff, plus some oil, and all the parts needed for the carburetor. So let's head back to the shop. So we got all everything that we needed. I'm gonna junk these. We don't need those. I'm gonna put these new ones on. And basically I am going to just kind of clean everything and assemble this thing so we can put it in. Yep. In your carburetor. Oops. I'm gonna pretend that not happened. Moment of truth. There you go. Now, since it's been sitting for so long, so the carburetor was definitely dirty. As you can see, it fired right up once we cleaned it up and put some fresh fuel in it. So on the carburetor stuff, or any EFI stuff like that though, especially on methanol, you have to run a lube. So that way it lubricates all the components on the carburetors or the injectors, or your lines, your fuel tank, and basically all that stuff that goes with it. In this case, it sat for so long that it didn't have any lubricant in the fuel tank, so it actually got corroded into the carburetor, and then, well, it wasn't working very well. But we got it all cleaned up. Somebody's calling. We got it all cleaned up, and the vehicle runs. Now we can go ahead and just finish putting transmission fluid on it. Trans brake is working, and get this thing ready for a truck day. Stay tuned.